Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith the Black Channel here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report. So let's take a look at what we got here. A little sleepy, a lot of conflict going on. So if you go to SPY here, you're going to see on the 60-minute now, here, inside on the 60. So for this next hour, we're going to be watching either side of this baby, right? Because you can see here it's a Wednesday, right? So we're getting into halfway through the week, and look at this here, weekly. Yuck. Doji doing nothing, right? So back and forth we go. So on the daily, we went into exhaustion risk yesterday here by going into the highs, right? No more pivots to take out. And then we gapped down a little bit. So that's a 2-2 reversal. And then you can see not only is it bad for the week, look at the day. Look at that. So not a future market. So we can still identify that 60 to see if things are going to weaken. But in an environment like this, we're going back and forth a lot, and you want to watch all the different broader averages to see what's going on. If you go to QQQ, you'll see this. We've been watching to see if they can hold this inside week up, right? And now it's back within that range, all right? So that's bad. All right, so here you can see this. Look at this. Yesterday, that spike, they tried to get it going, and then 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 back down, and now Doji also here doing nothing. And as I was talking about the strat attack and all this kind of stuff, if you go to the monthly, this is where your problem is. Look at this. You've got your hit and runs here, right? But the opening and the closing for the last 3 months, look at this. It's horrible, right? So that's not good. So for trading anyway. So if we go down to Dow Jones Diamonds, now here, yesterday was an inside day and it pokes up a little bit. But once again, on a Wednesday, look at this weekly. That's a problem. That is a problem, right? It's not just for as far as trading is concerned, not a problem as far as going down, but as far as trading is concerned. And so still green on the month and still hanging out near the highs. And so one of the things we're going to look for is how we can play broadening formations, right? And so here, lower left, and I'm going to blow this up for you to make sure you can see it nice and clear. So we know an outside bar is a broadening formation on a shorter time frame. It has to. By definition, it took out both sides of the previous range, right? Here. So if you see this, outside bar by taking out both sides of this, there's your broadening formation, higher high, lower low, all right? And then it took it out down here and comes back into it, all right? That's a 3-2-2, right? Because if they're willing to pay up and sell down, they might do it again. So they sold down, and then here, when it takes this out, boom, we're going to go take that out. And there's your greater broadening formation now. All right, so that's how you can play that. And you'll notice that I talk about this almost every day. You want to know when there's a new 60 coming, right? This is called magnitude. That's how far that's going to go. It's going to take that out, right? That we knew. So when it started dropping here, we were going to take this out. That we knew. But now you got a new 60, right? And you can see that it opened right on the highs. Right, as soon as I came on the air, that was on the highs for the 60. So that exhaustion here is now coming back the other way for the diamonds. So we're going to be aware of that. Let me shrink her back down for you. Come on, man. Sometimes big cursor gets in my way. All right, so there's that. So watching all these, what we call the flip here. So we did in the Dow on that triple M here. And the reason we've been watching this one is once again here. The outside month down lower middle, inside, boom, magnitude's going to take this out, right? Because this paying up, selling down, there's your broadening formation, then meet in the middle, then real move. Hits your magnitude up in here. So it hit its magnitude and then tried to back off yesterday, but now inside day back to the upside. So triple M still doing all right, but minding this flip, right? These new 60s starting to come back in. You also had Cat refusing to die. Cat tractor, and you can see this, we call this the Momo hammer, by taking out the slight higher high here. Anybody got short in here hoping that thing's going to re-roll? Boom, right there, sticks it to them because you got green on all the other time frames. Now it goes exhaustion, and you got that thing here. Disney, we're hoping for some downside to get a little volatility, but no, not so fortunate. So here, inside, right? And the good thing was that this is a 3. So the hopes was this was going to go 3, 1, 2, 2, and then come back all the way through here, which it has not. Right? We got some news out of them, and that they're going to reopen the parks. And so what that does is it gives you this. Here's your reopening 60-minute broadening formation. So how does Disney get out of this is what we're going to be looking for. If we go to Well, let's look at GameStop just to see what's going on here. So here on the daily, not really going, but anything over 220.70 has our attention because you have an inside week, which means we can expect back and forth, right? And then here's something we look for. The 2 up by taking out the previous high, shooter. 2 down, and then 2 back up here. The hammer, counter, shooter, 2-2. The hopes is to take this magnitude out, but now you see we got this new hour. Didn't make it. Here, having some problems there. So if we go to fast food, Yum Brands. And Yum Brands, this was in the Strat Attack last night. Here, and you go to inside month to the upside, right? There's your 2-1-2. Got your reversal on that. Still going. We'll see if that sets up again for you on the 60. You're going to notice this. Outside bar. Take it out. Boom, into the highs, right? So as soon as that thing turns green here, you can take that because we know outside bars exist. And then when it goes 3-2 to the upside, this rejection of the lows is still occurring. That's why that's still going. And you have that monthly signal. If you go to Jack in the Box, unchicken, here, inside month to the upside, still going. Now you've got an inside 60 here, so you got a consolidation here. Once again, you're going to see this pattern. The outside bar, boom, 3-2 into the upside. This downside rejection, continuing here, right? So we'll see how that goes. If we go to Amgen, and Amgen here, monthly, inside month, pokes down. As soon as this month goes green here and starts racing up in here, we're looking to be an outside month. It made it. It did it, right? So here's your nice green week, and it did it up into here. Here's how you get in on that timing, the 60. Let it come in. 2 down, 2 up. Right there. Off she goes. We'll see if that sets up again. It's just hit its magnitude. We got a little strength also in aerospace and defense. Lockheed Martin waking up here a little bit and trying to go. This is a slight lower low, so 2 down, 2 up month. Inside week to the upside, right? And here's that outside bar day, 3-2. This rejection here is still continuing today. Tells us to look at Northrop Grumman. Here, also that outside bar, hammer, boom. Up she goes, giving you the inside month to the upside in the lower middle. Down, inside, back, up. So we'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go to Sava. And Sava, mother bar problem. See this monthly? How are you going to get out of there, right? So what'll oftentimes I've shown you what'll happen is price discovery starts over again. What I mean by that is you got a higher high, and then you get your lower low. Then you go inside. So the question can be strong enough to take these guys out and give us the internal broadening formation as things start to price discover again. You see that here. So I got a little bit out of it. We'll see what happens going forward. If we go to Intel, just had a nice little pop here. And Intel, I'm not sure what the news was because I was preparing for this. It gave you the outside day, which is good because you had that inside month. I talked about this last night as well. Inside month to the upside. Pivot machine gun on that news, right? Anybody short against this or this or this or this or this or this, took them out. Now it's a question where you can step up on there. NXPI, the weak Qs and somewhat weak SMH. NXPI holding up a little better. Also inside on the 60s right now, but you can see that outside day after the inside week to the upside and the outside month. If we go to EXPE, some of them reopening stockers and a little grindy, but going into the highs. And so you want something like this. You really would prefer an entry that's coming off intraday off something like this, because you can see if you're going into strength, it's just going to stop you out. So we'll see how that sets up. You could look for something like this. Outside, inside, boom, real move. There it was. So you just got to wait for those setups. If we go to TKAT, nice little shenaniganer, right? Here it was on the 2-2 reversal week or last week. And then your inside day pokes down a little bit for the 1-bar rev strat. Off she goes. We'll see, once again, those new 60s just going to kind of set up there. If we go to OCG, another little guy blasting off on the rev stratter, so we'll see what comes of that. If we go to the downside, got a few of those 2-2s like we're seeing, the 2 up, 2 down, like Apple on the day, right? Not doing much on the month, right? So when you see that doji month when you're coming into the 17th, that's a problem. So you can expect back and forth. So 2 up, 2 back down. And as I talked about last night in the Strat Attack, talking about the energies today, you got crude number coming out. And crude doing a whole bunch of nothing inside on the 60 right now. Maybe keep an eye on that because some of these OIH here now fighting back a little bit on the day, but watching these 2-2 reversal weeks and the energies. So this talked about Conoco, and you can see just kind of dojing out on the days right here now. So we'll see. Slob. There you go. Rev Strat 1. Inside, 2 up, boom, hits the magnitude. These two are going to be an outside bar of that, and then you get these doji days. So just be careful of that. Watching these futures here. SPY still inside on that 60. Another group that was getting hit here was Media, Viacom C. This was in the vid last night too. Here's your daily upper left, inside day, 2, 1, 2 reversal, and this thing got smacked real hard on the opening, so we'll see if that resets up with Disca. And Disca, you can see this, daily upper left, 2 up by taking out the high, 2-2 reversal here, boom, as soon as it took this out, below 72.61, and it was already puking. The good thing is you can jump the gun on something like this because when you see the whole group starting to puke, like Fox A. Grind, 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 2-2 back through previous range. Now we'll see if those set up again for you. If we go to Moderna, in Moderna, here was inside weak to the upside, right? But then you get caught here a little bit on this. 2 up, 2 down, so we'll see what comes of that. There's a lot of things that are conflicted by green on the week and red on the day, or doji on the month, and that's why we're kind of hitting and running here. If we go to Coop, and Coop, potential rev strat 60 here, but you can see this. This has been a lot of problems for some of these NASDAQ names with that 2 up, boom, 2-2 reversal month, right? And this thing hasn't been able to get off the mat, right? We've known about that. Even when NASDAQ has tried to rally back, Coop, nothing, and then boom, back into the lows. However, the next hour, you can try and rev strat here, 1, 2, but so far fading. Seeing Futu tank right now. What's going on here? Futu from yesterday, still going. Here's your inside 60 to the downside continuation. Still an inside week, but you can see starting to get a little bloody readier. If we go to DG, and DG, you can see this, slight higher high, shooter counters hammer back into the old week, right? Still doji on the month, so you can expect this back and forth. We'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go to some of the big boys here, Okta, still taking these guys out, and still inside week, we're aware of that, but that rev strat month, 1, 2, 2, still in force. Right? So there's a lot of that going on here. And then you can look for that what? The outside bar, inside bar, 3, 1, 2. Where's it going, Rob? Down here. That's the real move. If you go to RNG, the outside bar, rejection yesterday. Rejection still continuing below this. Hopefully trigger the inside weak to the downside that would reconfirm this. Rev strat 1, 2, 2 month. Then you go to the continuation here on the 60, the 2, 1, 2. Looks like I'm running out of time again. That always happens. How about SE? There you go. In SE, you'd be looking for this to hopefully go outside on the week, right? You re-break this month here. You see that? That's a 2 up, 2 down below this. 222.97. You're below that on the rev strat day. Inside bar, 2 up, stop them out, boom, come back through here, take these guys, hopefully these guys are more. If we go to POD, pot, the 212 day, up, inside, back down for you, and it also opened as an inside 60 to the downside. Hopefully going to be an outside week. So you had your inside week to the upside. It hit this magnitude by taking these guys out. Not strong enough to take that out, and that's why every time frame is going to reconfirm or negate what we know to be true about all this stuff. So be careful here. It can be a little choppy, but so stay nimble. All right, that's going to do it for today. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone out there today. I'm Rob Smith. This was the Black Channel here at Ticker Tackle Strat Time Report.